right. So I want to welcome everybody for coming tonight. I am Denise Thibodeau, your IWH certified health coach, and it's truly an honor to spend this time with you guys tonight. Let me ask you a question. Who here is ready to discover how you can better support yourself, your loved ones, and the women in your life as we navigate the stages of menopause, which I like to call MPause, together? If the answer is yes, go put that in the chat, and then we can be, then you're exactly where you need to be at the right place at the right time. Okay. So over the next 20 minutes, we're going to uncover some important truths about menopause, the stages, the symptoms, the impact it naturally, this natural transition can have on our bodies, on our minds, and in our daily lives. Here's the reality. Every woman is born with functional ovaries, which means every woman will experience menopause. And for many of us, symptoms can show up as early as our mid-30s and carry on well into our 70s. My mother was 82 and still had hot flashes. I don't want to be my mother. That's decades of potential changes and decades of opportunities to take back control over the control we've lost. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I was in my 30s, I didn't know what I didn't know. And I wish I had been taught what I'm about to share with you guys tonight. But as someone who now is in post-menopause at 61, I'm more determined than ever to help women find real solutions so they don't have to struggle the way I did. So think about your kids, think about your daughters, think about your sister-in-laws, think about your daughter-in-laws, all the women in your life. You may be a helping hand for them. So over the past 7 months, I've been on my own health journey, and I have really embraced health and wellness. And I'm learning more than I ever imagined possible. I'm investing in all kinds of things. And now we're moving into the hormone segment of this. I've been doing microbiome. Now I'm going into hormones, because I really feel that I'm starting personally to really heal from the inside out. And it's a really great thing. So let's dive in, get informed, and discover together how you can support your personal MPause, I like to call it, journey. And who's ready? If you're ready, just post in the chat. You're ready, you're ready, you're ready. And we're going to start. So, perimenopause. Perimenopause is usually where it all begins. This stage can sneak up on you, sometimes in your 30s, sometimes a little bit later. Every woman's experience is different, but the truth is symptoms start long before their periods stop, okay? So tonight I want you to think about which of these sound familiar to your life. So your perimenopausal, think back when you were there. That's like 30 years for me. Life was a little chaotic. Your hormones were all over the place. Things are starting to change. Behaviors started to change. Your physical behaviors in your body started to change. So let's start talking about symptoms. And as I'm going through the symptoms here, check off, like just do a count of how many symptoms you have physically experienced. Okay. So the first one, these signs that might be perimenopause. Okay. So the first one, irregular periods. So menopause isn't just about periods ending. It touches nearly every system of our body, from our brains to our breasts to our bones and beyond. That's why many women are blindsided by symptoms they never saw coming. So perimenopause, you could start, irregular periods, you're flowing more, you're missing, you're cranky. Like there's all kinds of different ways. Like some people are, it changes. It's different for everyone, okay? Next one is my brain has more tabs open than Chrome, but none of them are loading. So you're overwhelmed. You're like going from one place to another. You're scattered. You're spinning in your brain. Do you have that symptom? I think that's really funny, but it's like I had a lot of tabs open. Crying at a puppy's commercial, then snapping at your spouse in the same 5 minutes. Like, it's like, oh my God, your emotions are everywhere. It's like you're happy, you're sad, you're mad, you're this, you're that, you lost your joy. There's lots of different things happening. Okay, next one, headaches. So your headaches, for some women, it's migraine or headaches that knock them out for days. That was me. If my headaches started, I would be in bed for 2 to 3 days. The kind where you either can't get out of bed or you just push through because you can't stop. So you're suffering with those migraines. Who has experienced that? Any of you guys? That was a big, big thing in my life. Serge knew I was in bed. I'd be there for 2 to 3 days. All right, next one. Midsection expands like it's auditioning for a muffin top. I think this is so funny, but it's not. And then we're eating the same, we're exercising the same, we're doing all the right things, yet the muffin top is always, it's growing, it's getting bigger. I remember looking in the mirror and seeing this muffin top grow into an apron, and it would just continue on. And I'm like, what is happening to me? I had no idea. Who agrees that this change really impacts the quality of your life, but also impacts your mindset? It's huge. It is gigantic. And it's all based on hormones. Dizziness. So dizzy. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Menopause turns your life into a merry-go-round without the fun. So some of you might be experiencing dizziness. I would once in a blue moon, but never really that wasn't a big deal for me. Okay? Next, menopause. That's between now. So you got the perimenopause, and all kinds of things are changing. Now we're moving into menopause. That can start at 46 up to 55. There's deficiencies in your body. Your I can't pronounce this word. Progesterone is decreasing. Your estrogen is decreasing, and the function of your body is not working. It's not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not functioning like it should be, right? Because you have this deficiency in your body. Okay. So, signs that you might be in menopause now. Because sometimes I found like my symptoms changed. So, hot flashes, feels as though your internal thermometer suddenly got stuck at 100+ degrees. Who would agree with that? Like you like ripping, like I want to just go outside and lay in the snow, right? And like you're just sweating for no reason. Like it just comes on, your face turns red, you're soaked in the description of that. That's real. That really happens, and it's really wild. Overactive bladder keeps you on the go. Oh, learning to cross my legs and run at the same time. Up those stairs. Oh my gosh, it's awful, right? That overactive bladder, can't hold it anymore. There's all kinds of stuff going on in that aspect. Okay, so menopause turns every bra into a torture device. And I just have to tell you this story. So when I was going through this, I became very boobalicious. And I used to joke about that with my friends all the time. Oh my God, I'm so boobalicious. I can't handle this anymore. I went from a C cup to a double D. And they were so tender. They were always so sore. And now I can say that my double Ds have gone down to probably a D or maybe even a C now. But it's like, oh my gosh, it was these unbelievable. They were lovely, but they were gigantic and in the way all the time. So boobalicious stuff. Next is anxiety, depression, and irritability. And I don't want to take this lightly, but anxiousness can have your heart can start, going a little rapid. You have depression issues. I remember I had lost my joy. I remember, whomever knows me quite well, and I feel open and comfortable to talk, I would say, all I want is my joy back. Mm-hmm. All I want is my joy back. And I was like searching for that. And I tried this and I tried that. And I was like, but nothing. It was just like always, there was like this cloud over me all the time. And irritability, oh my God, don't piss me off. Don't do something wrong. I would just lose it. Right. So this is a real thing. And some people go, and your husband will look at you in the corner of his eye, go, who are you anyhow? Right? There's all kinds of stuff with this. So really, when we can get our system in balance, this should help get some control over us. Okay. So this one.
Missing.
Deceased libido. More like missing person report. Name, libido. Last seen in the bedroom. When left at 35 to 55. Have hope, get it back.
Get it back.
And we were talking about this today, Lori and I, and this is something that, us as women, it's really important part of our lives. But when you lose it, right, it's like, okay, I'm okay with that, but are you really okay with that? And as an IWH certified coach, one of the questions when you do an evaluation with any of the coaches that are on this call or in your community with the IWH, when you do that, there is a question. Rate your libido from 1 to 5, and 5 is 0 and 1 is 0 is good. And I would say 99.9% of the women that have done the evaluation to find their health score is telling me they're a 5. So you're not alone. This is a big deal, and it's embarrassing to talk about, but it's all part of menopause. Okay? So now we have joint pain. Oh, I remember turning 40 years old on my birthday, and all of a sudden my knee hurts. I'm like, what? And if you have the weather app, you don't really need it, right? Because all the aches and pains show up and you can predict the weather that's coming. And so one of the things that I noticed is that I had pain that traveled, right? And at one point in my life, I don't even freaking touch me, because just touching me was painful. And I think I was moving into almost a fibromyalgia kind of experience. My joints, my legs, my tendons, my feet, my hips, like my joints and it was crazy. Always in pain. Everything seemed to be like heightened and hurting. Didn't matter what I was doing, it was just there. The next thing is, if yawning were an Olympic sport, I'd take the gold every time, right? Because you're constantly exhausted. Like you're running as a mom in your perimenopause, you're running with your kids. And when you're in menopause, you're running with your family. You're doing this, you're working full time. You've got, you should have about 10 balls in the air, right? And you're fatigued. You are tired. And that, should we be as tired as we are? Or is there something going on with our hormones? The next one is when your love life feels more like sandpaper and not satin. Yep. When that was happening, that is like, oh, that is so painful, right? And that's part of menopause. I didn't even realize that. Like when it's happening, it's like, oh, what's wrong with me? You think there's something wrong with you. Like, what is it? Did I do something wrong? You ask the questions. My mother never talked to me about this at all. I had no idea what menopause was all about. But this is a big deal, right? The vaginal dryness, the pain, the bleeding, there's all kinds of stuff that happens down there. So you know what? We got to get open. We got to talk to our kids. We got to talk to our daughters. We got to talk to people about what can we do to improve these areas of our lives. Next is when you need an alarm. Who needs an alarm clock when you sweat? When night sweats wake you up every 2 hours. Like that's the joy. That's such a joyful thing, right? Like you get a squeegee and just rub it on your chest, right? And soak the water. Like I remember looking on Amazon for pajamas that soaked up I think menopause pajamas, if they even created something like that, or you throw the covers off, throw the covers in, one leg out. Like, it is a big deal. And it's about time we talk about it. What can we do to stop the night sweats? And the other thing too about night sweats is, and I started paying attention to food I was eating, and we're going to talk about this because this is not ending tonight. So sometimes food would trigger me into worse night sweats than before. And so tracking, what did I have to eat, or what did I drink? Red wine? Did I have alcohol? Did I, have a burger from Wendy's? Whatever that may be could trigger more night sweats. So pay attention to that, okay? Just a tip for you guys. Thinning hair. My hair and my patients are both thinning, right? So I used to be like tons of hair coming out. I had alopecia, traveling alopecia, where I would lose, like, literally balding all over the place. Thank God my daughter was a hairdresser, because she could cut my hair and hide the holes, like the bald spots in my head. So I'm not kidding you. It's like crazy. So now, what are some symptoms have you been ignoring? So, and any of these symptoms we've been talking about, we were just chalking up to like, whatever, that's just part of life. Have you been ignoring them? Okay. So we're going to continue on. And signs that you might be post-menopause. And I think they all kind of mix together. There's like a postmenopausal woman is me at 61, but from 56 to this is you're done with your periods now. There's no more flow. Your body's recovering. You have a total body system that needs to be recalibrated, basically, because you want longevity. So at 61, I lived through nearly all these things. But the truth is, I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm finding ways to recover and feel whole again. That's my goal at 61. And I don't want to live with these constant symptoms anymore. I just don't want to. So I'm really working hard on my health and wellness to improve that I don't have to settle for what this brings me. So hot flashes, that continues. Mine are diminishing quite a bit now, but what's your go-to to cool down trick?
Take off my socks.
Take off your socks. The other day I had to take off my whole shirt. I was just walking around in the backyard with my bra. Thank God nobody can see me. So you're just like, what's wrong with you? I said, I'm hot. So not hot like he wants it, but hot. So brittle nails, hair, your skin, there's all kinds of stuff happening with there. Collagen is really important to rebuild your nails. We diminish in our, I think it's early 20, like mid 20s and 30s, our collagen production reduces. And so if you're looking for collagen, there's some really great options here with Youngevity too. This is frozen shoulder. When we heard this at the event on the weekend, Jacqueline McGrath, who's a really good friend of mine, she had frozen shoulder for 18 months. And that is actually a menopause symptom. I was blown away when Shen, how do you pronounce his name?
Sanji.
Sanji was explaining this to all of us. All right. Next, menopause itch, the gift that keeps on itching. So I don't know if a dry skin, you're itchy, there's all kinds of stuff going on. If you have that symptom, that continues on. This is interesting, tendonitis. My ears are hosting a 24/7 concert. No ticket is required. And sometimes that tendonitis, I think, is different for different people. It's while you're sleeping. There's all kinds of stuff. There are some things we can do to help support you with tendonitis. But for me, it's like, when the TV goes like, sometimes I hear that. It's like this, shh. That's what my tendonitis is like, but it's not all the time. So that's part of menopause. Who knew? Because I didn't know. Overactive bladders. Sneezing is basically an extreme sport. Laughing can be an extreme sport. And you need protection because you just can't hold it anymore. Those are some of the things that happen to us as well. And then the next thing, this is really interesting, allergies. Apparently menopause makes me allergic to life. So on the weekend in Arizona, one of the ladies had this huge ha-ha moment that was staying in our house. She's allergic to everything now. She can't eat chicken. She can't eat anything to do with chicken. No eggs, no nothing. So she brought dried eggs, dry duck eggs. She can eat pork. She can't eat beef. Like, it was crazy what she couldn't eat. And she didn't have that problem until she started to go through menopause. So that might be a trigger for you guys too. Okay? Super weird. So symptoms of menopause or perimenopause, menopause, and post are often overlap, and the transition between them is not always clear. If you're struggling, you are not alone, and there are options to help you feel like yourself again. Let's rewrite the rules with hope. So now I'm going to introduce you to a product that Youngevity has launched specifically and only for women. And Michelle was so excited about this. And we had Sanji, the designer. He's the scientist, and Michelle's husband, Steve Wallach, are the scientists that created the product. And they've worked probably 2.5 years at developing a product, looking at all the raw ingredients that go into these products to make sure they would support you through your menopause journey. Okay, so let me introduce you to this now. So, Women's Probiotic Complete. This is interesting. Your gut is really important to your health. Your gut will help you, like, it's like your second brain. And as I'm learning more and more about our microbiome, this kind of blew me away. And so they've designed this probiotic complete, and right here there's 35 billion CFUs and 17 strains of, I would say, viruses or like different, I don't even know what to call them. Like, so these are all the good little microbes that go in and start working in your system. But that 35 billion is after 2 years. Michelle said there's probably double that in this doses, but legally they can only put what's available after 2 years. So when you're taking this, you're getting 70 different kinds of microbiome complete. So it promotes health in vaginal microbiome. Who knew that was there? To help maintain healthy vaginal pH, increases health in the vaginal flora, helps relieve constipation, helps optimize balance, and enhances your immune system, immunity. Okay? I didn't know any of this stuff. When do you take this probiotic? Is first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. I don't know if you take 2 or 1. I don't know. We have to look at the label, and I don't have the packages here. So what does it help with? Constipation, bloating and gas, heartburn, and acid reflux. We didn't even talk about that. Food intolerances and nausea. Okay? So 16 strands plus fiber equals happy gut and a smoother digestion. So that's the first thing you would take in the HOPE plan. Okay? The next thing is, what kind of support do you need to start your transformation? So I want you to really think, what do you need as a woman to start getting your body back on track? Okay? It's really important. You've got to make these decisions for yourself. So the second product is called Life Balance. This is one I'm super excited about because so many people are having a hard time managing their blood sugar, their insulin, and cortisol. I've been working really, really hard on my cortisol. If you watch my stories today, you're going to see a little exercise I've been doing anywhere from 3 to 4 or 5 times a day. Super 5 things you can do that don't cost you any money, but it really has calmed me down in my cortisol. So this product will help me with all that. Plus it will balance my hormonal system. It creates a greater resistance to stress, helps reduce excess inflammation, and fill in nutrition deficiencies. So there's a lot packed into this little bottle. Okay. How do you take it? It's the second thing you do, and you take it with food. Okay. Then it'll help support you for hot flashes, sleep disorder, night sweats. I didn't even talk about sleep disorder. How many times people are like, I go to bed and I'm up at 1 and I don't go back to sleep. So moods, irritability, anxiousness, bladder issues, joint and muscle pain. That's what this is going to help you with, okay? Which is exciting. So what would it feel to wake up energized again? Like, what would that feel like? And I have to say, for me, prior to my journey with Youngevity, prior to doing what I'm currently doing by filling my body with 90 for life and doing stuff to help me move forward, I used to have a nap every single day, 2 to 3 hours. Now I don't even nap. I am energized. I'm full of energy. And anybody who knows me or who hangs out with me can attest to that. Like, I'm a different woman completely. And I'm so excited. So now the third product is Rejuvenate, Rewind, and Restore. So this has a big job in our bodies to clean up the zombie. How do you pronounce that?
Cell-like, I don't know.
Selenicus, whatever.
Cell, like it's in our body.
It's in our body. I don't know what it is. We're going to get further into deeper stuff as we go. Sinolac. I think that's how it is. I don't know. Anyhow, slow down dead cells. Fuel your cells with energy. Enhance your cell of metabolic. How do you say that?
Metabolism.
Metabolism. That's the word. Thank you. Metabolism. Protect DNA plus cell structure from stress. Right. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't understand a lot of this, but I'm going to be poking in and really studying what all this means. Okay. But that's what this product's been designed for. You take it midday, no food. Results: energy, vitality, clarity, and recovery. That's what this is going to do.
That wants to be taken anytime.
Yeah, it can be taken anytime. Okay. Yeah. So it clears out inflammatory cells, it boosts energy, focus, gives you focus, and cellular health. Okay? So together we're going to learn all about these general things of what they do, what's in them, all that stuff. So hormone response to what you do. So it's not just, take a product and you're going to get better. You should get better, but we also have to look at lifestyle, learn how to control the stress in your life. We have nutrition, and when you're in menopause, perimenopause, post, it's protein, and more protein. Sleep starts with hope. You can start getting better sleep with this product line, and exercise will help detoxify you as well. And people go, oh, I need to do 50,000 push-ups. No, a 30-minute walk, a little bit of stress, like stretch bands, resistant muscle support will help you. Okay? So hope is your first step to taking, to reclaim harmony, optimism. Is that it? Mm-hmm. Power and energy. We take that and it's all about hope. Okay? So next slide. Ask yourself these questions. What would feeling truly healthy and happy mean for your life? Take a minute and just think about that. What would feeling truly healthy and happy mean in your life? I can tell you what it means to me is I'm revigorated, I'm happy, I found my joy. Mm-hmm. I love getting up Like I used to sleep in till 9 o'clock in the morning because I was just so. Now I'm like up at 6:30. It's crazy. Teacher's always like, "Mo, you're up early again." I'm like, "Yep, I'm living life." Think back at how you felt before the changes and the challenges of menopause or menopause. Lori and I were going back and forth tonight talking about what we were like when we first started, like as young women, and then how things in life and stress and the changes all kind of layered on top of us, right? And I could say I became a cranky old lady. I can say that. Remember the energy, the joy, and the freedom you once felt. And that's what I feel I'm going back to, which is super exciting. And I haven't even started on hope, just on the simple products that I've been using already. But this is designed for women. So here's the truth. We don't have to accept the myths. And we don't have to believe this is just the way it will always be. Because I thought that's what was I thought that was my life. Literally feeling like crap all the time, exhausted, no libido, sad paper, you name it, right? But you have choice. You have the power to rewrite your story, and your next chapter can begin today. Okay? So, this is Rewrite the Rules with Hope. So, this is the product that Youngevity has created. It's brand new. It has just come off. They just launched it on the weekend. We had Sanji talk about all these things. So you would start with your probiotic, you have your life balance, and then you have your renew or rejuvenate, rewind, and restore. That's it. That's what you take. So this is your moment. Say yes to feeling your best. Say yes to a healthier, happier you. It's a simple, it's a start, and it's your chance to say yes to you. So those of you that are interested and wanting to get started with this, why wait for tomorrow when you can start thriving now? Okay, really important. This is not a sales pitch for you. This is my heart speaking to you, offering and sharing what we discovered on the weekend. So my products are coming. I'm going to start working on this in the beginning of October. I'm going to actually, kind of track what's going on in my body. And I want freedom from menopause in so many ways. So start with hope, harmony, optimism, power, and energy. Now, next Zoom, next Thursday, October the 9th, they came up with a new program called the GLP-1, and this is a whole natural weight loss program. And I will talk about that next week. Okay, so if you want to jump on the same Zoom link, the same time, you can come and learn more about the GLP-1. And if you know anybody that's on the drug, like the pharmaceutical version, and you want them to be introduced to this, share the link, contact me, we'll share the link, and they can learn about this as well. So I want to thank everybody for jumping on. I'm just going to end the recording, and then I can open up for questions. Okay? So are you sure you want to stop the recording? Yes.